Yo, I'm Bob. Into Masters of the Universe and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we're going to be unboxing another action figure from the Turtles of Grayskull toy line from Mattel. This is Skeletor, evil samurai of destruction. He's teamed up with Shredder and Krang, and I understand he has a new look, wearing samurai armor, of course. You can't have Turtles of Grayskull crossover without Skeletor. Get the card back off of here. Got the mini comic in here, as always. Alright. Hopefully this thing isn't going to rip the comic. Not that I really mind. Nah, we're fine. Probably already got this issue anyway, I would imagine. I don't know if it's got text in it or not. I understand some folks have received comics that don't have text in there, but I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. Okay. Hopefully, nothing is gonna fall out of here. That was just the packaging that fell. Thank goodness. Alright. Okay, so here he is in the packaging. Gonna pause this, break him out of the figure tray, and get a closer look. Back in the blink of an eye. And here we have the evil samurai of destruction out of his packaging. I love this guy's armor a lot. So he's got armor going around his forearms here. And I like the homage to Shredder. I mean, not much of an homage. He's got the, he's got the blades coming off the sides of his wrists there. And the weapon, I don't know if this is supposed to be, wicked looking scythe nunchucks, or if this is like a double kusarigama on a chain. He's got these ram's heads here, and each one bears a sickle. And the chain is flexible. It's a flexible plastic. Guess you could have him wielding a Havoc staff if you wanted to. If you have a spare Havoc staff laying around. And of course, in his other hand, he has a canister of ooze. Because, well, he starts to mutate his own warriors, as we'll be taking a look at. We're going to be taking a look at quite a few of the mutants that he and Krang create over time. Let me turn him around here because he's got a cape on. It's a very tattered cape by the look of it. I hope that's the way it's supposed to go on his back. It's kind of too tattered if you ask me, but hey, whatever, Skeletor. Do whatever you want to do. I like the helmet. Still really like the cape a lot. I think it gives him that dramatic Skeletor flair that you gotta have. I don't know if his face is covered completely. I would think that you could probably see his skull face, because, I mean, if he had his face covered entirely, it just wouldn't be Skeletor. Yeah, I like the armor going down the chest. Of course, he's got that. He's rocking the, I think it's chainmail. Or maybe not, with the skirt there going down. And he's got the boots, I think, with more armor going up there by the shins. Of course, he's got the horns on his helmet too. Just a really rockin' look for Skeletor. When you deck out Skeletor in any kind of armor, I am all for it. I love when Skeletor has more of an armored look. Although I do love him in his his regular cloak and hood too, because that reminds me of Skeletor casting spells and doing all that stuff with sorcery. But I like the look that he's got going on here in the Turtles of Grayskull line. I really hope that eventually we'll see a mutated Skeletor. I don't know how he could get any more hideous, but hey, maybe he does at some point. I'd love to see that. So the ooze canister, that's a lot skinnier than I've seen in the past. I'm remembering my old movie star turtles, and they came with the the more fatter ooze canisters. You couldn't even have them holding them in their hands or anything like that, as far as I remember. Maybe you could. Their hands were very rubbery, if I remember correctly. Skeletor, though, he's able to hold the canister just fine. I think in either hand. Right now, I've just got him holding his ooze canister in his left hand. He's going to douse He-Man with it, or Ram Man, or Moss Man, or whoever. That is such a cool accessory. That's probably my favorite. I like the Kursuagama on the chains there, if that's what that is, or maybe it's a double, or it could be, weird, wicked-looking nunchucks that he's created. But I think my favorite accessory that he comes with is, of course, the ooze canister. Because, yeah, Skeletor would, of course, join forces with Krang and just see what they could mutate together. Of course, I don't think the alliance will last that long. I'm sure they'll be plotting to backstab each other, all three of these guys, because you just can't put Skeletor, Shredder, and Krang together without them getting sick of each other, I would imagine. I can't read the comics, but from what I see online, I don't think this is a permanent alliance. They're bad guys, so bad guys gotta do the villain thing and just go nuts and double cross or triple cross or quadruple cross each other. 10 out of 10 for Skeletor, of course, because he's Skeletor. And then when you put him in the samurai armor, when you give him that really amazing helmet, when you give him the that awesome weapon that he's got, give him an ooze canister, I would rate him an 11 out of 10 if I could. He's also got really tight joints. You're probably able to remove the armor. That looks like that probably comes right off. But I'm going to leave it on because it's just such a cool look for Skeletor. All right, that'll do for Skelly, and I'll hear you next time.